Every year, thousands of ravers crisscross the globe in search of an experience, not just a festival, but a moment that redefines what it means to live the music. In the heart of Miami, where the ocean meets the skyscrapers and the sunset paints the sky in neon, one of the world's greatest celebrations of electronic music is born. But Ultra is just the beginning. Because beyond the stages, there's a city full of places every raver should know. If you really want to discover a side of Miami that few tourists explore during Ultra Music Festival Week, there's a place where art, music, and alternative culture meet in a unique way. The legendary Wynwood Walls, located just 4 to 6 kilometers from Bayfront Park, where Ultra takes place. Wynwood is surprisingly close to the festival. Under normal conditions, the journey takes about 10 to 15 minutes by car or approximately 15 minutes by bicycle. Many ravers prefer to take an Uber, which usually costs between $10 and $20, making the neighborhood one of the easiest and most interesting destinations to continue the experience after an intense day of electronic music. But what truly makes Wynwood special begins as soon as you step onto the neighborhood streets. Formerly an industrial district full of abandoned warehouses and sheds, everything changed when a visionary urban developer had the idea to transform those enormous concrete walls into a gigantic open-air art gallery. Thus was born the project that we know today as Wynwood Walls, one of the largest and most famous street art districts on the planet. Walking through it is like exploring a living museum that never stops changing. More than 50 giant murals occupy entire building facades, created by artists from different parts of the world. Each wall tells a different story, with vibrant colors, surreal characters, and styles ranging from classic graffiti to extremely modern visual compositions. And the most interesting thing is that many of these murals are replaced or renovated over time, which means that each visit can reveal a completely new version of the neighborhood. During Ultra Week, Wynwood's creative atmosphere intensifies even further. Ravers, artists, DJs, and travelers from various countries begin to occupy the neighborhood streets, creating a cosmopolitan and spontaneous atmosphere. Small art galleries mingle with trendy cafes, craft breweries, and alternative bars that quickly fill with people discussing the day's sets, planning the next party, or simply enjoying the vibrant energy of the place. As the sun begins to set, Wynwood transforms again. The neon lights of the bars begin to illuminate the streets. DJs appear at impromptu parties inside galleries or hidden rooftops, and the feeling is that every corner can reveal something unexpected. A new exhibition, music echoing from somewhere, or a group of ravers celebrating another unforgettable night in Miami. Perhaps that's exactly why Wynwood has become much more than just an artsy neighborhood. For many Ultra Festival goers, it has become an unofficial meeting point for electronic music culture, a place where urban art, music, and freedom blend naturally. And when you realize that all of this is just minutes from the festival, it becomes clear why so many people consider this stop almost mandatory during their trip. When the final beats echo through the stages of the Ultra Music Festival and the crowds begin to leave Bayfront Park, many visitors believe the night is over. But in Miami, for those who truly live the electronic music culture, the party usually just changes location. And few places represent this continuation of the festival's energy as intensely as the legendary E11EVEN Miami. Located just a 10-minute drive from Bayfront Park in the heart of downtown Miami, E11EVEN occupies a space that completely defies the traditional idea of a nightclub. Unlike most clubs in the world, it operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This means that while much of the city begins to slow down after a long night, inside E11EVEN the dance floor remains alive, whether it's 2 in the morning, 5, or even when the sun is already rising over Miami's skyscrapers. Upon entering, the feeling is of being in a permanent spectacle. The space is enormous and dominated by a central stage surrounded by impressive lighting systems, giant LED screens, and a powerful sound system that makes every beat vibrate throughout the body. The atmosphere blends elements of a nightclub, live show, and large-scale visual production, creating an experience that feels more like a mini indoor festival than a conventional nightclub. During Ultra Week, the place transforms into a true global meeting point for the electronic music scene. International DJs frequently appear for special performances or surprise sets that continue into the early hours. It's common to see music producers, artists and ravers who have just left the festival meeting there to prolong the experience, as if it were a secret extension of Ultra itself. Another curious detail is that the E11EVEN audience tends to be extremely diverse. On the same night, you might find travelers from Europe, electronic music fans from Latin America, occasional celebrities, and even famous DJs simply enjoying the dance floor after playing at an event in the city. This mix creates an unpredictable and electrifying atmosphere, where each night can turn into a completely different story. And there's a specific moment that many regulars say is almost magical, when the sun begins to rise and the dance floor is still packed. At that moment, the energy of the place takes on a unique vibe, as if nobody wants the experience to end. It's exactly this spirit that has transformed E11EVEN into one of Miami's most iconic clubs. Therefore, for many ravers who travel to Ultra every year, visiting E11EVEN isn't just about going out for a party after the festival. It's about experiencing one last chapter of the night, a place where the music continues, the stories keep unfolding, and where the feeling of freedom that begins on the Ultra stages simply seems to have no end. Now that you know some of the places that make a trip to Ultra an even more unforgettable experience, let me ask you something quick. Have you ever imagined experiencing all of this in person? If the answer is yes, then do the following. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, because here you'll discover the secret places, experiences and tips that every raver should know before traveling to the biggest festivals on the planet. And believe me, the next places on this list can completely change the way you experience Miami. If there's one place in Miami that seems designed to balance the intensity of a festival with moments of contemplation, that place is the incredible South Pointe Park. Located at the southern end of South Beach, the park occupies a privileged area where the mainland practically meets the ocean. On one side, the deep blue of the Atlantic. On the other, the futuristic silhouette of the downtown Miami skyline. And between these two scenarios, a carefully designed green space that blends nature, modern architecture, and some of the most impressive views in the city. Walking along the walkways that cross the park, surrounded by palm trees and perfectly manicured lawns, the feeling is of being in a small tropical refuge within one of the world's most vibrant cities. Cyclists stroll leisurely, residents walk their dogs, and travelers stop constantly to admire the scenery, especially when enormous cruise ships slowly cross the horizon on their way to the port of Miami. One of the park's most iconic spots is the elegant South Pointe Pier, a pier that extends into the sea, offering an almost cinematic panoramic view of the ocean and the city. During the day, local fishermen occupy the space while tourists try to capture the perfect photo of the horizon. But it's at dawn that the place reveals its true magic. It's not uncommon to see groups of ravers who spent the night exploring the city's energy, whether at the Ultra Music Festival or in legendary clubs in the region, arriving there to watch the first sunrise after a whole night of electronic music. At that moment, when the golden light begins to illuminate the ocean and the Atlantic wind blows gently across the pier, the city seems to slow down for a few minutes. And it is precisely in this contrast that South Pointe Park becomes so special. It offers an almost poetic pause amidst the intensity of Miami. But there are some details about this place that almost no YouTube video usually mentions, and that make the experience even more interesting. The first curiosity is that the park is located right next to one of the world's busiest shipping lanes for cruise ships. This means that as you walk along the pier or relax on the lawn, you can see gigantic ships passing extremely close to the coast, creating an unexpected visual spectacle. The second interesting fact is historical. Before becoming the sophisticated park we see today, this area housed police facilities and structures related to the city's port. It was only after a major urban revitalization that the place transformed into one of Miami Beach's most elegant parks, a change that completely redefined the region. And the third interesting fact is something many visitors discover by chance. South Pointe Park offers one of the most impressive sunrise views in all of Miami. Unlike many spots in the city where buildings block the horizon, there the ocean opens completely before you, creating a natural spectacle that transforms the start of the day into an almost cinematic experience. Perhaps that's exactly why so many travelers end up including this place in their itineraries after Ultra. After hours surrounded by crowds, lasers and explosive drops, walking through South Pointe Park offers something rare: silence, open space, and that feeling of freedom that only the sea can bring. But there's another detail about this place that most visitors only notice when they get there, something that completely transforms the experience for those visiting the park during the festival week. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in the next place on the list. Among the modern skyscrapers and iconic beaches of Miami Beach, there's a place that seems to have come straight out of a Hollywood movie. A place where luxury, art and culture blend in an almost theatrical way. That place is the impressive Faena Hotel Miami Beach. Located on the famous Collins Avenue, the hotel occupies a privileged position facing the Atlantic Ocean. But what many visitors don't know is that the Faena didn't start out as the extravagant hotel we see today. In fact, the original building was constructed in 1947 as the legendary Saxony Hotel, an extremely luxurious resort for its time that quickly became a symbol of glamour in Miami Beach. During the 1950s and 1960s, the place earned the nickname Queen of Collins Avenue and hosted some of the biggest stars of Hollywood's golden age. Artists like Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, and Dean Martin frequented the hotel, transforming the space into one of the city's most glamorous social epicenters. Decades later, the historic building was completely reinvented by visionary entrepreneur Alan Faena. In 2015, the hotel reopened after a monumental renovation that transformed the former Saxony into the center of a new cultural district known as the Faena District, a creative area dedicated to art, architecture, and cultural experiences. And just stepping inside the hotel is enough to understand why it has become one of the most photographed places in Miami. The lobby looks more like a contemporary art gallery than a hotel reception. Colorful murals, detailed mosaic floors, and an exuberant design dominated by shades of red, gold, and turquoise create a dramatic and cinematic atmosphere. This extravagant look was developed with the help of renowned film director Baz Luhrmann and Oscar-winning designer Catherine Martin, responsible for giving the space an aesthetic that blends classic Art Deco with modern fantasy. But perhaps the most curious detail of the entire hotel is on the outside. Near the pool and beach area, there's a sculpture that has become practically a symbol of the Faena. A giant mammoth covered in gold, protected by a transparent glass structure. The artwork, called Gone But Not Forgotten, was created by artist Damien Hirst and has become one of the hotel's most photographed spots. The Faena also functions as a true cultural center within Miami, In addition to its luxurious suites, approximately 169 rooms and 13 penthouses, the complex houses award-winning restaurants, a gigantic spa inspired by South American healing rituals, and even an elegant theater where shows, performances, and exclusive events take place. Among the most famous restaurants are Los Fuegos, helmed by renowned Argentinian chef Francis Malman, known for his fire-based cuisine and South American grilling, and the sophisticated Pao, a contemporary Asian restaurant that attracts visitors from all over the world. During major city events, such as Ultra Music Festival Week or even the famous Art Basel, the hotel comes even more alive. Celebrities, artists, DJs, and creators gather at private parties, cultural events, and exclusive performances, transforming the Faena into a true meeting point for the international creative elite. But what makes this place truly special isn't just the luxury. It's the feeling that every space within the hotel has been designed to create a unique visual and sensory experience, as if each corridor, restaurant, or work of art were part of a grand narrative about creativity, culture, and spectacle. And perhaps that's precisely why many visitors say that staying at the Faena Hotel isn't just visiting a hotel in Miami. It's entering a universe where art, music, architecture, and lifestyle meet in the same place, creating an experience that feels as cinematic as it is unforgettable. But there's one place in Miami where many ravers end up going right after Ultra finishes, a place that's open 24 hours a day, where the party practically never ends, and where some of the most unexpected encounters of the trip usually happen. And it's exactly about this place that we're going to talk about next. When people talk about South Beach, many imagine only white sand, blue sea, and endless parties. But the truth is that this iconic part of Miami is much more than just a beach destination. It's practically a global symbol of lifestyle, culture, and freedom. Located in the southern part of Miami Beach, South Beach is one of the most famous beaches in the world and one of the most visited places in the city. During the week of the Ultra Music Festival, the neighborhood gains an even more special energy when ravers from different parts of the planet mingle with tourists, artists, and locals in a vibrant atmosphere that seems to never sleep. But what really makes South Beach so fascinating begins long before the beach. Just behind the sand lies the legendary Ocean Drive, a historic avenue known for concentrating the largest collection of Art Deco architecture on the planet. The colorful buildings, built mainly between the 1920s and 1940s, create an almost cinematic setting with pastel-colored facades, neon lights, and curved balconies that seem to have stopped in time. At night, when the lights come on and the music starts to echo from the bars and restaurants, walking through there is like stepping into a movie set in 1980s Miami. An interesting fact is that South Beach wasn't always this glamorous destination. In the 1970s, many of these historic hotels were abandoned, and the area faced a period of decline. It was only after a major architectural preservation movement that the Art Deco buildings were restored, something that ended up transforming the neighborhood into one of the most famous historic districts in the United States. Today, walking through South Beach is experiencing a fascinating contrast between past and present. On one side, the classic architecture of Ocean Drive. On the other, the modern boardwalk that stretches for miles along the beach, where cyclists, runners, and skaters enjoy the tropical climate practically year-round. And for those who like to observe the local lifestyle, the famous Lummus Park, located between Ocean Drive and the beach, transforms into a true open-air stage. It's common to see street artists, yoga practitioners at sunrise, people playing volleyball on the sand, and travelers simply enjoying the Florida sun. Another interesting fact that many visitors only discover upon arrival is that South Beach is also one of Miami's most photogenic spots. The famous lifeguard towers scattered along the beach, each painted in different colors and styles, have become true cultural icons and appear in countless photos, films, and advertising campaigns around the world. But perhaps the most special moment in South Beach happens early in the morning, even before the city fully awakens. When the sun begins to rise over the Atlantic, the golden light slowly illuminates the Art Deco buildings. The sea takes on almost unreal shades of blue, and the boardwalk is still silent. It is at this moment that many visitors realize something interesting. Despite its reputation for parties and intense nightlife, South Beach also knows how to offer surprisingly tranquil and contemplative moments. And it is precisely this mix that makes the place so unique. During the day, a vibrant and lively beach. At night, it becomes one of Miami's most vibrant entertainment hubs. And between these two worlds, an urban landscape continues to attract travelers, artists, and content creators from around the globe. For those visiting Miami during Ultra, South Beach becomes almost a natural extension of the festival experience. It's where many travel stories continue, whether in a cafe on Ocean Drive, strolling along the beach at sunset, or simply feeling the energy of a city that seems to live permanently in celebration mode. After exploring some of Miami's most fascinating places, one thing is clear. Experiencing Ultra Music Festival goes far beyond the stages and the music. Now I want to know something from you. Which of these places would you visit first in Miami? Comment below, because I read all the comments, and your comment might even appear in the next video. And if you want to discover the best destinations for ravers, unique festival experiences, complete travel guides for electronic music events, then subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because every week there are new videos exploring the biggest festivals in the world. Until the next video,